Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alex, and this episode's subject comes in from Tarantula Games. What's your opinion on another Five Nights at Freddy's? I think it's hypocritical that people complain about yearly releases, but we're okay with monthly ones. Okay, I'm gonna tell you now. This is gonna piss any Five Nights at Freddy's fan off. Okay, because I fucking hate these. I hate the games. I hate the series. I hear a lot of people saying, yeah, the games are fucking shit, but the story and lore is really interesting. Yeah, guess what? That doesn't make a good game. That doesn't make the games fun or playable, to me. You know, another game that has a really interesting backstory and stupid fucking plot that isn't in the game anyway is Destiny. No one gives that a free pass. People with horror games, people have such a low bar. They'll accept and eat up fucking anything, as long as there's some kind of fan base they can cling on to. Five Nights at Freddy's has nothing. It has fucking nothing. It's so boring. I'm looking at the releases here. So the original Five Nights at Freddy's came out in August of 2014. Then the second one came out in November. So it's a matter of months between each one. I know it's only like one or two people that make these games, but at the same time, he's clearly just sort of, he wants to get as much from it as possible before it dies out. And more power to him. He should be abusing this just disgusting fan base. And quite frankly, gullible one as well. This exploded onto the internet and caused this radical, huge thing to just crop out of nowhere. I was alright with it existing before, but now the third one's coming out in like a month or even a few days or something. It'll probably be out by the time this video actually goes live. I know this guy's probably making just a silly amount of money from these games with the huge exposure they're getting with YouTube and all the fan art and shit. And it makes sense for him to be making so many games so quickly because there isn't exactly much to them in terms of content. I mean, it's kind of the same thing that you just repeat with like different time intervals in between. And I mean, I don't give a fuck if you like it or not. That's fine. That's your prerogative. But at the same time, it just seems kind of shitty to me that it feels like to me that he is sort of just spamming out as many of these as possible so we can ride so we can sort of ride the popularity while it's at a high point and just get as much from it as possible. And that makes sense, I guess, for him, especially if he can actually make the games and people are going to buy them and play them. So I mean, really, what I say isn't going to make a fucking difference. They're going to keep doing it. What pisses me off, though, is when these are the same people that criticize, like, COD and Assassin's Creed and everything for being a yearly, annualized release thing. You can't pick and choose. Just because it's a small studio and an indie game, it doesn't make a lick of difference. It's still mooching off an audience that is there and are going to pay for it. I'm just going to stop here. I'm going to stop now. It's probably a short one, but this fucking series, I don't want to talk about it anymore. So what do you think? Do you like Five Nights at Freddy's? Do you think it's necessary or warranted for so many games to be released with mere months between them? Tell me in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. All comments and ratings are very much appreciated. And make sure you leave suggestions for future Job Labs. I'll see you next time. Bye! The thing that gets me most about this game is how utterly boring it is. I admit there's a certain level of tension and build-up the first time you sit down and play the game, because the unknown is always what's most scary in anything horror-based. You don't know what's going to happen when these creatures get you, and that makes it all the more tense the closer and closer they get to grabbing you and shoving you in an empty animal suit. Then you do find out what happens.